Genius Kids. Cultivating love for learning.
Lesson 5: Air, Water and Weather. Knowledge acquisition. After completing this chapter, we will be able to know about the role of the sun in changing the weather, the formation of land breeze and sea breeze, the process of evaporation, condensation and precipitation, how water becomes impure or polluted. We have already learned that air is present all around us. Our earth is covered with a thick layer of air. This layer is called atmosphere. We cannot see it, but we can feel its presence when it blows. Moving air is called wind. Gently moving wind is called breeze, while fast-moving wind is called storm. We know that air is a mixture of gases. It has two main gases, oxygen and nitrogen. Out of these, nitrogen forms its largest part and oxygen forms the second largest part. About or from these, some amount of other gases like carbon dioxide and water vapor are also found in air. Smoke, dust and germs are the other components of air. Hot and cold air. The continuous movement of air from hot to cold regions and vice versa is called air current. To learn about air current, we need to know how hot and cold air move. Activity 1. Light a candle. Bring your hands close to the sides of the flame first, then above it. You will find that the air by the sides of the flame is not as hot as the air above. It proves that hot air rises up. In coastal areas, these air currents are responsible for causing sea and land breeze. Land breeze. At night the land cools down faster than the sea. So the air above the sea is hotter than that over the land. This hot air above the sea rises up. The cold air above the land blows towards the sea to take the place of the rising warm air. This is called land breeze. Sea breeze. During the day, the land heats up faster, but sea water is still cool. Air above the land gets heated and rises. Cool air from above the sea blows towards the land. This is called sea breeze. How does breeze blow? The sun heats up both land and water. Land gets heated up faster and cools down faster than water. During the day, the land heats up and the air above the land becomes hot. Hot air is light and rises up. Cool air from above the water takes its place and so the breeze blows. This movement caused by hot and cold winds is called convection current. Water. Like the air, water is also very essential for life on the earth. About 3/4 part of the earth consists water. Water is not found only in rivers, seas and oceans, but it is also found underground. Rain is the main source of water. Most of our body weight is made up of water. Water is a good solvent. It changes its form on heating and cooling. Evaporation. The sun slowly heats the water on the surface of the earth to change it into water vapor. The process of change of water into water vapor due to heating is called evaporation. In nature, evaporation takes place all the time. Sometimes it is slow, sometimes it is fast. Evaporation of water takes place at a faster rate when there is a strong wind and the air is dry. The amount of water vapor in the air is called humidity. When the humidity is more, we feel uncomfortable. We keep sweating. Condensation. When water vapor cools down, it changes into drops of water. This is called condensation. Impurities in water. There are two types of impurities in water: soluble impurities and insoluble impurities. 1. Soluble impurities. Impurities like salt and some minerals that can dissolve in water are called soluble impurities. 2. Insoluble impurities. Impurities like mud, twigs, stones, etc. that do not dissolve in water are called insoluble impurities. Purification of water. Insoluble impurities can be removed in the following ways. 1. Sedimentation. Impurities that are heavier than water will settle at the bottom of the water, leaving it clear. This is called sedimentation. Activity 2. Stir a handful of soil into a glass container. Allow the solid particles to settle down at the bottom as sediments. This is sedimentation. 2. Decantation. After the sedimentation, water remains on upper is clear than in lower layer. Now slowly pour this clear water into another vessel. This is called decantation. 3. Filtration. The separation of insoluble impurities with the help of filter paper or other similar objects is called filtration. The insoluble material is left above the filter paper, while the liquid is transmitted through and collected in the other vessel. Now this work is done by filter machine at home. Drinking water. Pure and clean water is necessary for healthy living. Impure water may contain many disease-causing germs like bacteria, protozoa, and viruses. These produce serious diseases in humans and animals. So, we should follow some ways to get rid of these disease-causing germs from water. Chemicals like chlorine are used to kill germs in water. The addition of potassium permanganate crystals to water has been a popular method of water purification for a very long time. Bleaching powder also kills germs in water. The safest method of purifying water is to boil it, as boiling destroys germs. We can also use a water filter machine for cleaning water. It is important to store and handle water properly. It should be kept in covered containers that are cleaned regularly. Critical thinking. Water is precious natural resource. We should not waste water. Underground water. Rain is the main source of water. Most of rain falls on the ground and seeps through the layers of soil to form underground water. We draw this underground water from tube wells and wells. Places that are dry have less underground water. The level of underground water in an area is called the water table. Weather. Weather refers to the atmospheric conditions in a specific place at a particular time in terms of temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind and moisture. It keeps on changing every day. The weather can be hot, cold, windy, dry or humid. But why does the weather keep on changing? Who is responsible for this? The answer to these questions is the sun. The sun is responsible for causing changes in the weather. Sun's role in causing changes in weather. You must have noticed that some days are hot, some are cool, while some are cloudy or rainy. The sun causes all these weather changes. It affects the movement of the air. It also changes the form of water, making the day cloudy, rainy or sunny. We know that rotation of the earth causes day and night, and revolution of the earth around the sun causes seasons. The part of the earth that is closer to the sun has warmer and longer days. So, it is summer in this part of the world. The part of the earth away from the sun has cooler and shorter days. So, it is winter in this part of the world. In countries like India, winter, summer and monsoon are the three main seasons. However, even during one season, the weather changes from day to day and sometimes from hour to hour. Sun's role in blowing off winds. The sun also plays an important role in blowing off winds. The heat of the sun heats up the air. The heated air becomes lighter and rises. To fill its space, cool air which is heavier comes in. This movement continues and causes winds. Sun's role in causing the states of water. The heat of the sun changes water into water vapor. This water vapor rises and forms clouds. When clouds become too heavy, they fall or rain and atmosphere becomes cool. Water vapor falls as snow when the atmosphere is extreme cold. Continuous review. Moving air is called wind. Gently moving wind is called breeze, while fast moving wind is called storm. In coastal areas, air currents are responsible for causing sea and land breeze. All living things need air to breathe. Without air, we cannot survive. About 3/4 of Earth consists water. It is very essential for life on the Earth. Water changes its form on heating and cooling. The sun slowly heats the water on the surface of the Earth to change it into water vapor. Soluble impurities and insoluble impurities are the two types of impurities that are found in water. Pure and clean water is necessary for healthy living. Chemicals like chlorine are used to kill germs in water.
Like, share and subscribe.